the secret to speaking English fluently in just 5 minutes a day. Welcome to Fluent Minds, where we help you unlock your English fluency step by step. Whether you're stuck at an intermediate level or feel like you've plateaued, today's episode will change how you think about learning English. If you're anything like most learners, you've probably tried many methods to improve your English skills. You've sat through long lessons, memorized vocabulary, and maybe even spent hours listening to English podcasts. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to take hours to speak English fluently. In fact, today I'm going to show you how you can speak English fluently in just 5 minutes a day. Sounds too good to be true? Let's dive into it. The power of consistency. Over time, most learners get stuck because they try to do everything in one go. They dedicate hours to English practice, but after a few weeks, it gets overwhelming. They lose interest, and before they know it, their English learning falls off their radar. Here's the catch. You don't need hours of study each day to improve. What you need is consistency. If you spend just 5 minutes every day doing focused English practice, you'll notice a significant improvement over time. Think about it this way. Small, steady actions lead to big results. It's not about perfection. It's about repetition and consistency. But how can 5 minutes a day be enough? Well, it's all about focused practice. Rather than spending your time doing a lot of things at once, you can concentrate on one aspect of language learning and master it over time. The magic of shadowing. One of the most effective techniques for improving fluency in English is shadowing. If you haven't heard of it yet, shadowing is simple but powerful. It's the practice of listening to someone speaking English and repeating exactly what they say in real time. Why is this technique so effective? Because it combines listening, speaking, and pronunciation practice all in one. By shadowing, you're training your mouth and brain to work together in English. Let's start with a simple shadowing exercise. I'll say a sentence, and I want you to repeat after me. I wanted to speak English fluently. I listen to English every day. Shadowing helps me speak better. Notice how, by just repeating these sentences, you're already practicing the rhythm and pronunciation of English. And all it takes is 5 minutes a day. How shadowing transforms your fluency. At first, shadowing may feel strange. You might not understand everything you're hearing, and that's okay. The goal isn't to understand every single word, but to train your mouth to make the sounds of English more naturally. When you shadow, your brain starts familiarizing itself with the flow of English, the rhythm of the sentences, and the intonation, the ups and downs of how words are spoken. This practice leads to faster mental processing of the language, and the more you practice, the faster your speaking becomes. What should you do in the next 5 minutes? After shadowing, what's the next step? Here's the secret you need to make English a part of your life, not just something you study for an hour a day. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country to improve your fluency. The key is to immerse yourself in English wherever you are. And you can do this in just 5 minutes a day. Here are some easy ways to incorporate English practice into your daily routine. 1. Listen to English while you do daily tasks, whether you're making coffee, cooking, or walking to work. You can use those moments to practice English. Play an English podcast or listen to an audiobook. Even if you don't understand everything, your brain will pick up new words, phrases, and sentence structures over time. 2. Read aloud for 5 minutes. Find a short article or book in English and read it aloud for 5 minutes. Focus on pronunciation and intonation, even if you're not sure about every word. This will help improve your fluency and your confidence when speaking. 3. Practice. Speaking to yourself, even if you don't have a speaking partner, you can still practice speaking. Try to describe what you're doing in English. For example, I'm making my breakfast. I'm putting the eggs on the stove. It smells good? Speaking in simple sentences like this helps build your confidence and keeps your speaking muscles active. 4. Use your phone if you have a smartphone. Change the language. Settings to English. This is a great way to immerse yourself in the language without much effort. You'll learn common vocabulary like update, settings, and notifications, all of which are practical words you can use every day. Asterisk how to make English. Learning a daily habit now, but you know how to integrate English into your day in just 5 minutes. Let's explore how you can turn this practice into a habit. The biggest barrier to learning English isn't your skill level. It's your ability to stick with it consistently. Here's the thing, habits don't form overnight. But with just 5 minutes a day, you can make English learning a part of your routine without overwhelming yourself. The importance of setting a goal first. Let's talk about setting a simple goal. It's easy to say, I want to speak English fluently, but that's not enough to keep you motivated every day. Instead, set a goal like, I want to speak English for 5 minutes every day for the next 30 days. The key here is achievability. You don't need to commit to hours of practice. By focusing on a small, clear goal, you're more likely to follow through. And over time, as you meet your smaller goals, you'll be able to gradually increase your practice time if you wish. Tracking your progress is one of the most powerful ways to keep yourself motivated. If you're consistent with your 5-minute practice every day, you'll start to notice the changes. You'll begin to hear your pronunciation getting clearer, your confidence rising, and your ability to speak in sentences improving. You can track your progress in simple ways. Keep a journal where you write down how you practiced. English every day. Record yourself speaking every week and listen to how much you've improved. This sense of progress will inspire you to keep going and push you toward fluency. The power of passive learning. Now, let's talk about a very useful technique called passive learning. Passive learning means exposing yourself to English without actively trying to study. It's like listening to English in the background while you do something else, such as while cooking, cleaning, or running errands. What makes passive learning so powerful is that it increases your exposure to the language. Even though you're not actively focusing on it, your brain is still absorbing patterns, vocabulary, and sounds. Over time, passive learning helps your brain get used to the flow of English, making it easier to understand and speak. For example, you can listen to English music while driving or walking, watch TV shows or YouTube videos in English for 5 minutes a day. Set your phone to English to immerse yourself in the language every time you use it. The idea here is to increase your exposure to English without the pressure of traditional study. Overcoming common obstacles. While 5 minutes a day sounds simple, many learners face common obstacles that can hold them back. Let's address some of those challenges and provide easy solutions. 1. Feeling too busy. We all lead busy lives, and finding time for English can seem difficult. But remember, you don't need a lot of time. The key is to build English into your daily routine. If you can't find 5 minutes for English, try doing 1 minute while waiting for the coffee to brew or while commuting to work. 2. Fear of speaking. Many learners feel self-conscious when speaking English. But here's the secret. Everyone makes mistakes, and that's okay. Mistakes are part of the learning process. The more you practice speaking, even if it's just to yourself, the more comfortable you'll get. Try speaking out loud, even if no one is around to hear you. You can start with simple sentences and work your way up to more complex conversations. Over time, you'll start to speak more naturally. 3. Lack of motivation. Motivation can fluctuate, and some days you might not feel like practicing. The trick here is to stay consistent, even on the days you don't feel motivated. On those days, just commit to 1 or 2 minutes of practice. This small action will help keep your habit intact to make it even easier, make your English practice fun. You don't always need to be serious about it. Play a game, listen to a fun podcast, or talk about something you enjoy. By making English enjoyable, you'll look forward to your practice time. The final secret to fluent English, though, you've learned how to make English a daily habit in just 5 minutes. How to shadow and speak with confidence, and how to overcome common obstacles. But here's the final secret to fluency. Practice makes progress, not perfection. It's easy to think that fluency means being perfect, but that's not true. Fluency means being able to communicate comfortably, even if you make mistakes along the way. The goal isn't to speak perfectly. It's to speak naturally and confidently. Remember, the more you practice, the more your brain becomes accustomed to English. This will lead to effortless communication, whether you're speaking to a friend, in a meeting, or while traveling. Putting it all together, here's a simple, actionable plan to get you started on your journey to fluency. Practice 5 minutes a day, every day. Use shadowing to improve your speaking and listening at the same time. Integrate English into your daily life by listening, reading aloud, and speaking to yourself. Track your progress and celebrate small wins. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on communication, overcoming setbacks, and staying consistent. While you've learned the power of practicing for just 5 minutes a day, there will still be moments when you face setbacks. Maybe you feel like you're not improving fast enough, or you start to doubt your progress. Here's the truth. Everyone goes through it. Even the most fluent speakers had moments of doubt and struggle. The key is to stay committed to your practice, no matter what. Remember, learning a language is a journey, not a race. You're building skills, and that takes time. The goal is to keep moving forward, even if the progress feels slow at times. If you do feel stuck or frustrated, try the following tips. 1. Revisit your goals. Sometimes we lose sight of why we started learning English in the first place. Take a moment to remind yourself of your why. Why do you want to speak English? Is it for travel, career opportunities, personal growth? Reconnecting with your motivation can reignite your passion for learning. 2. Make learning fun again. If you're starting to feel like a chore, it's time to mix things up. Watch movies or TV shows in English that you enjoy. Play language games. Listen to music in English and try to sing along. By making learning enjoyable, you'll stay engaged and motivated. 3. Join an English community. Learning doesn't have to be a solitary activity. Find an online community or group where you can practice with others. Share your challenges and victories. Sometimes, just talking to someone else who's on the same journey can help you feel more confident and motivated. Your next steps. Take action today. Now that you know how powerful it is to practice just 5 minutes a day, it's time to put it into action. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Even if it's just for a few minutes today, here's your action plan. Pick a time each day to dedicate to English practice. Whether it's during breakfast, on your commute, or before bed, make it part of your routine. Choose your practice method: shadowing, listening to English, or reading aloud. Set a simple goal for the next week, such as, I will practice English for 5 minutes every day. Track your progress by recording yourself speaking or keeping a journal. Stay consistent, even on the days when you feel tired or busy. Remember, small steps, big results over time. Those 5-minute sessions will add up. You'll see improvements in your fluency, pronunciation, and confidence. The key is consistency, not perfection. By making English a part of your daily life, you'll gradually become more comfortable with the language. And before you know it, speaking English will feel as natural as breathing. Conclusion: your fluent English journey as we wrap up today's episode. I want you to remember that the secret to fluency isn't about perfection. It's about consistent, focused practice. By dedicating just 5 minutes a day to your English practice, you'll see incredible improvements in your fluency and confidence. The journey to fluent English doesn't have to be overwhelming or time-consuming. It's about breaking down the process into small, manageable steps that you can stick with every day. So go ahead, take the first step today. Start with just 5 minutes and watch how your English improves little by little. You've got this. And remember, practice makes progress, not perfection. Thank you for joining me today on Fluent Minds. Keep practicing, keep improving, and I'll see you in the next episode.